Morning, it's Peanut here. No double trouble this morning, just a little single trouble. I want to tell you about my next project, and I'm kind of excited about this one. It is an H&R Topper Model 88 20 gauge 3-inch chamber with modified choke, and it has an auto ejector, which I'm pretty excited about it because it's actually in really good shape. The only problems that it had was a couple blemishes on the stock, and I already started working on it. It had like a dent in it here, which I had sanded out already, and I don't know what happened here. It was like it had a chip out of it, a long chip, and they put the wood back in, but it was loose. So I just went around all the cracks with super glue. Okay. And then once it dried, I sanded it. So you'll be able to see it. I'll show you from the video. I tried to use some furniture stain to match it. And it doesn't look bad, but I think I might sand this all down and just restain the whole thing. I'll give you an up-close view of it. Okay, as you can see, it's a Harrington and Richardson Incorporated, blah 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 blah. It's got a serial number, so we know it's newer. It's got beautiful case colors in it. There's no rust on it at all. Beautiful case colors all the way around. Foregrip's in real nice shape. The barrel's in nice shape. There's nothing wrong with it. The only problem, this side of the stock's just, it's 99%. It's really nice. I flipped the gun around, and the only problems was there was a dent, pretty good sized dent impression there, which I had already sanded out. There's an artifact or something there that was sanded out. This was what I was talking about. It's like this piece of wood had chipped out and they tried gluing it in. And they did a pretty decent job of it, but there were still cracks all the way around it. When you got a tiny little crack in a gun, especially when it's not deep, I just put super glue in it, and it dries, it seeps into where it needs to seep into, and then I just sand it off. That's really smooth. You can see it to the eye pretty easy, but it's smooth. And I had already stained that, and I had practice with some different stains. I tried the gunsmith's or the gunstock stain. It didn't take very well. I tried that up here. It's not bad. I tried some of my furniture spot stain pens. Nothing really matched that well. So really, honestly, it's just cosmetics. It really doesn't look that bad. The gun functions fine. There really would be no need to probably sand this all down and take the chance of opening up a can of worms, but I'm probably going to do that because that's why I bought it. I like sanding them down and restaining them. So there's the biggest issue, really. That was a pretty good sized dent, which is sanded out, and so that's really the only issue. I don't think I'm just going to sand down one side. Probably going to pull the butt cap off, pull the stock off, and I might just leave the foregrip alone if I can match. I think that's pretty close to the gun stock stain that there. So I might just leave the foregrip alone, just get the stock, and that's my project for today. Work on that. There's the gun up close. Really, really beautiful case colors. There is the release for the barrel and the auto eject if I can do it with one hand. Poop! That works really nice on this gun. This gun I think I might keep. I like it. Okay, so I got my stock off, the butt plate off. That's all that holds that. That's almost rounded. And then a pretty good sized bolt. At least 5/16. It had a 9/16 head. Wow. Look at that. That's all the stock fits into. It's almost like a round socket. It just sits in there like that. And bolts fast. I guess since it's a 20 gauge. Not a big deal. I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to jump right in on sanding down this stock. See if I can get some decent color out of it. Some uniformity. There's a couple little presses in here that I want to get out with the sander. And I'm going to jump right into it. Hi, welcome back. Got my stock all sanded down. I used 100 grit on the Black & Decker. And then I got some 400 I went over, smoothed it out a little bit. I did everything but the end where it marries to the receiver because I don't want to change anything there. You know, it goes in the way it goes in. I don't want to change any of that, so I didn't sand any of that. I guess I should go wash this and let it dry. I got my stain stand all ready, and I'll come back when I get some stain on it. Okay, I got my stock all cleaned and dried, and we be staining. I don't know, that's not too bad of a color. I think it might match and get it dark enough. Probably going to have to do it several times. I don't usually film me doing things, just the before and after, but I thought for once, why not? Show you how I stain. And you don't need to see all of it. So I got my stain on. I got one coat of lacquer. I got a couple stands built. As long as I don't knock them over, that I can turn them, stain them, and lacquer them. I got one coat of lacquer on. I had problems with this one, with this taking stain. It took like one coat and it was really light and it wouldn't get any darker. I tried and tried. And I noticed that it was real oily. So I took it in and I washed it with soap and water. Of course that raised the grain. And I let it dry. I thought I let it dry long enough. I guess I probably should have sanded it. But I stained it and it took the stain really well. You probably can't tell from the camera, but it stained it just exactly the way I wanted it. It took the stain. So now I can feel it's kind of furry. So I put a coat of lacquer on it. I'm going to fine sand it. And hopefully that takes that furriness out of it. And I can just continue to lacquer it. Maybe, hopefully I won't have to stain it anymore. If I do, I'll have to sand that lacquer off. That's where I am right now. Light fine sanding with 150 grit. Took all that furriness out of it, the grain that was standing up. Smoothed it out really good. It didn't disrupt the stain at all. Took most of the layer of lacquer off, but that's okay. We put more on. So here we are. I can apply this every 20 minutes to a half an hour. I'm going to put 5-6 really light coats on it and call it good enough. Okay, so I got it all done, put back together. Did a pretty good job with the wood. It's got some shine to it. I took out the imperfections. Case colors are awesome on this gun. So now the only thing left to do, which I'm going to start doing after every video, is we're going to take it out and shoot it. Okay, shooting the H&R Topper 88 after a stock restoration. Shoot the spinner. Shoots nice. I know why people like 20 gauge. Okay, one more quick look at the beautiful Topper 88. I did a pretty good job with the restaining and the lacquer job. Got a little bit of orange peeling, which some wet sanding with 800 grit, and then some wet sanding with 2000 grit. See, it shoots perfect. Foregrip turned out perfect. That's a close look at it. Beautiful gun. Beautiful gun. Okay, who's out and shot it. Oh, this is one of my targets. That's a pretty good spread. I was at about 10 paces. Probably not quite 10 yards. It's a shotgun. And again, I'm just shooting these. I'm about out. I gotta get some more. I think this one's a keeper. I like this. It's pretty. It shoots real nice. Now I know why people like 20 gauges. The last video I did on the Victory ejector was the first 20 gauge I ever shot. Turned out really well. I really didn't do too much. Just sanded the stock down and restained it, lacquered it. Like I said, did some wet sanding. Topper 88 and 20 gauge. These are fairly new, but I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit like or subscribe. I plan on doing more of these videos and branching out and doing some small engines. So you know, maybe there'll be something you like. If not, anyway, thanks for watching.